I'm going to show you exactly how to import Figma file email designs into Klaviyo. Let's face it, Klaviyo's native builder kind of sucks. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can take an email design within Figma and import it into Klaviyo so that it looks good both on desktop and mobile. And I'm also going to explain what elements you want to build as HTML, what elements you want to build as images. Now, if you have any questions, check them in the comment section down below. If you want some access to some free resources, check out the description of this video. Subscribe to the channel. I make 3 videos like this every single week. I know. Where do I find the time? Check out my newsletter, subscribe to the channel, like the video, don't you dare dislike it, and let's get into it. Okay, so how to export emails from Figma into Klaviyo. I'm gonna record this video while I'm literally getting blasted by the sun rays. It's insane, the tan lines I have. Okay, so what we have here is our designed email. Now I'm not gonna show you how to design an email, right? I am gonna show you how to build this into Klaviyo. Note, it's always very important when you're designing emails that you design with desktop and mobile in mind. Desktop is 600 width and mobile is 375 typically, okay? So really important that when we design those, that is taken into account. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take note of what elements we can include as images and what elements we can include as text here. Now, as you can see here, for us to try and build this header image into Klaviyo, it would not be possible because there's a bunch of creative stuff that we're doing within here. So what we need to do is we need to export the entire design as a image. So what we do is we click export, we go down. I always like to export at 2x resolution and we export that, okay? Now you'll notice sometimes it zips it, which can be incredibly frustrating, but you can see here we have the image. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Klaviyo and we're gonna go into the template builder. Now this is for templates. I don't know if you're building campaigns, flows, whatever, but we're gonna build this as a template that you can then use to save into your own campaigns and flows. So let's go into there now. Currently I'm in my dummy Klaviyo account, so all we do here is we go campaigns, or actually we'll go here content, and we'll go templates. We'll go create new template, we'll call it an email, we'll click create, you can create a title for it, I'm just gonna leave it as blank right now. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and start adding image blocks, okay? For some reason it's added it as 2, which is frustrating. We're gonna delete that here, and we're gonna go image. And we're gonna go select image, we're gonna upload the image that we just exported. Now we're gonna take note that certain elements should be text and certain elements should be image when we're designing this email. So take a look at this. We're gonna upload this. I'm gonna click upload. And you'll notice the whole thing will come in here. But there's text here, right? This should be a mixture of HTML and a mixture of image because this text, the dynamic tags, won't render if it's an image. So what we do is we click crop. And we crop the email up until the point that we're then going to insert text. See that here? Boom, perfect. We're not seeing any cropping of the image is fully in there. And then we're going to hit back here. Now really important you add alt text. Good news, usually I like to make the alt text what the image is describing or saying. So good news, buy 2, get 1 free. We always want to link to the website. Now if we're using a discount code for this, and we can go back into the design here, we can see there's no discount code, okay? So we're just going to link directly to the website. So we click arrow, let's see, and we go straight into here, back into design, and we're going to add a link to the image. So when they click the image, or rather the button, they're actually clicking the image, which takes them to the site. And you're going to hit back, and there you go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste the text that we just had here. Command C. First thing we're going to do though is we note that the header text in the body copy is slightly different, okay? We're going to go Command C, I'm going to add a text block here, Command V, paste text only. Notice how sometimes from an image perspective it renders a little bit differently, so we need to make sure it's all fully aligned. What's our font? Size 18 and it's Poppins. So we're going to go here, going to change the font to size 18, and we're going to change it to Poppins. Note, Poppins is a custom font. So if the customer doesn't have, or the client, the receiver of the email doesn't have this custom font, it's best to use a safe fallback font. I like to use Helvetica, which is web safe, which means pretty much anybody who opens the email is going to get that font. right? Just make sure it renders properly. All right, now obviously this is just dummy text. You can tell it's written by AI. We're just using this for illustrative purposes here. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're also gonna go ahead and we're gonna add the header text, okay? This is Poppins, semi-bold, and it's size 24. So since Poppins is not a web-safe font, we gotta do the following. Boom, paste with formatting. There you go. Helvetica 24, make sure the text is correct. It's the text color, it's black. Just make sure you change the text. Boom. Cool. You'll notice it looks a little different here, right? This looks a little bit different. It's because the padding is slightly different. So we want to adjust the block padding. 25. There we go. Getting a bit closer. I'm going to say it's about 40. 40. Okay. There we go. And we've got the bolding. Black Friday. Buy two, get one free. So we're going to bold this. Click bold. And we're going to hit Black Friday. I'm going to bold that too. Perfect. So there we go. For some reason, this is rendering a bit weird. There. Make sure when you have the default tags, it always renders with there. It's going to come through a little weird here. Okay. See if that works. Make sure it renders. If we go preview and test, I don't think this text is going to render. It's really important. See? It doesn't quite work there. So let's just go ahead and send a quick checkup on that. We need to make sure this actually renders properly. So let's see if we can fix this here with this. I'm gonna go Command V so it matches the font. Boom. See if that still looks kind of weird. Yeah, there you go. Now it's rendering properly. So if we go preview and test, you can see pulls in my name. Nice one. Cool. So now we're gonna go to the rest of the elements. Here, you could. This call to action, you can make it a button here, or you can make it an image. Entirely up to you, but we'll go in for a button. Making it as a button directly within Figma can take a little bit more time, but we can still get pretty close. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move that. And now let's take a look at the color and the rounding. So the corner radius is 20, dimensions are 275, 65. So we go here, corner radius, wherever that is, block padding. Where are we here? So first of all, we're going to change it. Shop now. Cool. Dimensions 275, 65. First of all, we're going to change the radius to 20 so it matches that. Okay, we've got a 20 radius. We've got the color changed. What's the font size? Take a look at the font size. 24. Poppins as well. So we're going to go fix 24. Notice here. Now it's going to be hard to get that exact text, right? So Helvetica is a pretty close compromise. Take a look at the line height. Pretty much letter spacing is 14% line height. So let's go here. Where are we? Just got to find that there. Link address, you want to change the link, but I'm just going to quickly change the link for the call to action here. And I noticed something here. This text is not all black, and it should be. Boom. There we go. Cool. And so notice it doesn't look the same, right? We're having a bit of an issue here. So if we look at the dimensions, width 275, so we need to expand this out. And it can get a little complex when you're trying to build buttons like this, because the button builder is not as great as you think it would be. So notice here, block padding, full width. We don't actually go here and go 50. See, now we're messing around a bit better. 25. Let's go 20. A little bit closer. You're kind of eyeing it up as much as you can here. And this is as close as we can probably get. Letter spacing is right there, so we can go letter spacing is 14%. So fortunately it doesn't give us a exact replica, so we'll say like 5 pixels, 3 pixels, that's pretty close. And notice there's a slight difference. Now if you want it to look exactly like that, you would just export it as an image, just like that, with the white background. But this is pretty close, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and fix the padding a bit, 15 at the top, and then we're gonna fix the padding a bit down here, 30 at the bottom to give it that space. So now we're getting pretty close, right? And then we're gonna add this. This section here, I'd probably start building this stuff here as images, okay? So we have the image already here. So this is what we're gonna do, let me show you. Because if each of these images should link somewhere else, let's assume these are product links, you want to build them as separate images. So this is what you do. You go here, image. Of course, this is going to act up when I'm trying to show everybody stuff. Delete this, drag the image. There we go, we've got our image. We're going to select our image, and note we've already uploaded that original file here. So we're going to click this here, going to hit crop, we're going to drag it down till that section. Okay, there we go, we've got it about there. Let's assume these are different products, right? We then want to take out this bottom section here. And if we're assuming these are different links, that they should be linking to different places, take it to about there. We're going to hit back, and we're going to duplicate these. 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to recrop them. Go down a little bit here. See that? Very cool. Isn't this fun, guys? So then we go here, and then we go crop again, and we go a bit further down. See what we're doing here? We can even keep this as like an image section here. Okay. Take that. Perfect. Well, the reason we render it as 2x is because we want that resolution to stick. Okay. Crop again. Notice how we're kind of getting to like a more custom section here. So this needs to be an image. Okay. Boom. Now we got that. Click back. Then we want to build out our social links. Okay. So then we want to go here. And we want to go over to the social links section, which is right here. Take this, drag that in. Okay. Then we want to figure out what social links we want to have. So we've got TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Klaviyo has a pretty good little built out system here. So we go TikTok, change that to Instagram, change this to Facebook. Boom, there we go. Okay, then we're going to change, since the background color needs to match, okay, we're going to change the background color. We're going to go background color, do the hex code selector, hit that. Cool, see that? Now the icon colors need to change. So we go here into the icons, what we've just got up there, okay, and then we change the color, see? Now, in this case it's going to be white, because it's the default. If you have custom colors, you can't really do it that way, so just make sure it's like default like that. Make sure you're using custom, or rather default things. So then we've got the footer section. Going to delete this, going to delete this, copy and paste this in. Cool. We're going to copy and paste all of this. Keep the organization name and URL, of course. For some reason I didn't want to paste. Sometimes it can be a pain. Pop it in there. Paste text only. Cool. Note, this did not hyperlink. And note the background color needs to be the same too. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to white. Block background color is going to go to the pink, but the text color is going to change to white, which we do up here. Select. Boom. There we go. Now if we're unsubscribing, okay, we need to find the dynamic unsubscribe link. You can find that by just going here. Klaviyo dynamic unsubscribe. Should give it to us instantly. Where is it? Right here. So you can just copy this code, okay? Copy that. Okay. Go into the email, highlight the text, hyperlink, add the code. Hyperlink, add the code. Cool. Now notice how the link color has changed. It's because links have been set to be a certain color in here. So you need to find, see here, links. You want links to be white. There you go. There you go. So now we've got a pretty good looking email right now. Okay. Note these colors are slightly different though. When you're building text blocks or rather as images, you got to note that sometimes it's going to look a little bit different. Because this black looks a little different, but if we go preview and test, cool. There we go. We've got our email here. And assuming that each one of these sections here will link to separate things, you should be good. Boom. But note, we have a quick note here, mobile. Take a look at this. See how this comes in? Looks different, right? So you need to make sure you're designing with mobile and desktop in mind for both versions. So if we duplicate this, we know that we want our mobile to look slightly different. So we clone this block. We click display, we go desktop only, then we select the other block and we go mobile only. So now we're updating the mobile only version and the desktop only version. So now we go text, we click mobile, then we find the text here and we look at the text size and we go, okay, what's the size here? Just let me get in here. So we go here. We've just gone ahead and previewed the email. Take a look at it, and there it is. It's looking good. That is our email. That's how you design an email from Figma into Klaviyo. Super useful. If you need a hand with this, let me know. Any questions, check them down below. Subscribe, new videos every single day, and we'll see you in the next one. Hold on, take a look. Notice here, we have an issue. See this here? This is an issue, so this needs to be fixed. I thought we were out of the weeds, but we're not. So we're gonna scroll down to the bottom here and figure out what's going on. Okay, we're actually gonna not hyperlink that. It's my bad. I'm gonna take this, take that, boom, get it out. This is why you preview and test though, so you can catch these things. If you don't want to add this though, like Klaviyo will auto apply it anyway. So it's not a big issue. If you don't want to add the unsubscribe. So we go here, preview, let's take a look at what it looks like on mobile. See, still looking messy. So we got to fix that right there. There we go. So basically for the unsubscribe link, all you want to do is make sure you have this. It was just rendering incorrectly on my end, but there you go. That's how you do it. Cool. Thanks for watching. Any questions? Let me know. We'll see you in the next video.